Amazing guest we would like to introduce you guys to. But without further ado, did you guys miss us? So I wanted to say, guys, good morning to you. And thank you for tuning in today. We know that we have tens of thousands of you guys that tune in from around the world, but we want to make sure you guys clearly understand our focus is about Homestead and about the growing area and about what we do on a daily. So guys, without further ado, Julio, what you got?
Hey, we got a really special in the building. She is an advocate for the city of Homestead. She does her job extremely well. She makes the impossible happen. She is also a councilwoman, a current councilwoman for the city of Homestead. Please help me welcome our one and only Erica Avila.
Good morning.
Thank you. I love the energy. I'm awake. I have my coffee. I have my friends. I appreciate it.
Well, we wanted to say thank you for coming on our podcast today. I mean, I know you could have been anywhere this morning, but you choose to be here with us, and we always appreciate those things. But we wanted to give you your flowers. A lot of times, person comes around and we see them around town and we connect with them, but once in a while we like to say thank you for the things you have done and thank you for the things you will continue to do for the community. We appreciate you. So
thank you.
That is us saying thank you from Talk Visual 305. So how you doing?
I appreciate that. Thank you for the opportunity, for the recognition, for the support, the collaboration. I know that when anything in the city needs something, the network, the fabric of our community allows me to tap into relationships like you guys and say, somebody needs something, how can you help? And you guys always say, yes, I'm willing to help. And those are lived experiences that I could testify to, and I really appreciate it. Anything and everything I do is because of God's ability to work in my life and put people in my path.
Amen.
Well said.
Amen.
Well said.
So, Erica, thank you for being here. Demetrius has said it very well. You've got so many things that you do, but what I love most about what you do is how you handle the loans that come out of this office. You know, she makes the impossible happen. So when we think, obviously she's a mortgage broker. She's a mortgage broker.
For those of you who didn't know, she is.
Right. I'm a real estate broker. We've got a team of agents here that typically always need lending needs. So we go to Erica. Erica says, let me see the file. Sometimes it's a disaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes
a lot of times it's a disaster, unfortunately. In this market, it's not easy to get a mortgage sometimes. So.
Just do it right, you know?
No, but Erica, it's a puzzle, and that puzzle is
puzzle.
sometimes hard to put together, but you've been doing it a long time, and you somehow manage to make things happen that we don't ever think can happen. Right. So tell us a little bit about that process and how you make that work.
Thank you. I mean, everybody always wants to get the best deal, and we always try to get the best deal, but sometimes you need to think outside the box, and that's the puzzle aspect that you're referring to. Just recently, as an example, no names, but I had a client buying an almost $1 million property. Yeah. Try doing that, no income documented. Ooh. Try doing that with no money in the bank, with a 500s credit score in today's market.
Well, rewind that for a minute. You said $1 million.
Right.
No income verification.
Right.
Well, no income, documents.
Documents.
He obviously makes good income if he's looking to purchase that kind of home.
Right.
Correct.
He just doesn't want to go through the bureaucracy of the typical standard mortgage approval process because they're really going through everything now.
It's like an FBI review.
Yeah.
I tell people, like, why do you need to know the age of my children?
Right.
It's conventional, it's FHA, we need to know.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, shine a little bit, drop some crumbs for us, because what we typically do on our show here, we try to leave crumbs for the next generation. The next kid, the next person that says, I want to go into that space, or I'm thinking of buying a home, or I'm renting and I want to switch over. I mean, it seems like
just know that there are options. You may not be able to qualify for FHA and conventional on the first try. So in this particular case that I'm sharing, we had to use alternative financing. So what did we do? We didn't use tax returns because we couldn't, but we used bank statements. So you can use 50% of the income that's being deposited into the bank statements, right? So there's my income component. Now, what did we do with the credit score? I had to work on the credit. I had to analyze, evaluate, and say, okay, you don't qualify right now, but if you do this, this, and this, and this in 3 weeks, I can get you a loan. Guess what? He did it. 640 credit score.
Whoa, what a jump.
Took a couple tries to get there, little hit and misses, but we got it done. So credit component, check. Then assets, well, he's selling some things that he has. He has some valuable things. He's getting a gift from a family member. We can put all those things together. He's working hard and saving up the cash. Right. So within an amount of time and collaborating with realtors and say, okay, I need 60 days or 45 days in the contract to make this work. he's able to save up the money and get to closing. So
Love
we're
it.
closing next week.
Erica, tell us, sometimes when a person says, hey, I'm interested in buying a home, but I don't really want you to run my credit, and then you guys say, well, we'll do a soft pull. Explain to the audience what a soft pull is and
A
how
soft
it
pull-
may hurt or not hurt their credit score.
So a soft pull does not let us run a DU approval and give you a formal like credit pre-approval. It's really not strong enough. We need
Right.
to do just a full credit report to get it into DU and get you
Okay.
issued a pre-approval letter. But yes, we can do a soft pull. I don't typically like to work with a soft pull.
Does it hurt your credit by doing soft pulls?
Typically not.
Right.
Yeah, but if you're ready to buy a home, you should be ready to go.
Right.
So we can do evaluations, we can do soft pulls and all that, but it's really not. It's more of an evaluation tool.
I have cases sometimes where it's a young couple, recently married, they may be living with in-laws, and they want out and they want to go buy a home, but their
That happens
income,
a lot. A lot of families are living
Right.
multi-generational with their kids, them, and their parents.
but their income, let's say it's about $6,000 a month between the two of them. My general rule of thumb, and I'm not a mortgage person, my general rule of thumb is you can afford half of what you make in a month,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
Pretty much half. That's the general rule of thumb.
Right.
So your payment is around $3,000,
Including your debts.
Right.
including
Like
debts.
your mortgage
right?
payment can be 50% of your income if you have no other debts.
Right.
Right.
So then, when you start looking at that, that home becomes a $250,000 home, and it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist, not in Miami.
Not even a
Right.
townhome. Not even a townhome. And if it does exist, it's in a really bad part of town.
Even condominiums
Right.
that are condos that are less than 250, you can't qualify because the payment will still be higher due to
the
the
amount.
HOA and sometimes the CDG.
So sometimes they come to me and they ask, what's my recommendation? And sometimes I'm like, well, work on
Yeah.
increasing your income, and second, maybe really work on getting your credit right,
Right.
so that you prepare to get a mortgage the next go around, the next year.
Right.
Because you're gonna want 2 years of tax returns, right?
Well, in this market, I'm trying to tell people buy now.
Buy now.
Sellers are giving concessions, they're dropping the prices. Appraisals are still coming in even sometimes higher than the price, and that's how I'm seeing that the sellers are motivated to get out and to do what they want to do and move on. So in these particular cases, if they can get a co-signer, if they can ask for a raise at their job, if they
Right.
can get a gift and put a larger down payment so they can bridge the gap of what they can afford and based on their income and what the market is giving,
Right.
get it done. If they can buy a duplex with an FHA loan and use that rental income to help qualify, let's look at those opportunities, because if you can get a property in today's market, you're going to be in a better position a year from now with the equity building.
Right. So you do feel that it is a buyer's market now?
It definitely is a much more of a buyer's market now than it was last year.
Definitely.
I'm always surprised.
Even with the rates, the way they are volatile with everything going on with
Right.
Iran and gas prices and everything, for me, it's a good tool. You follow the gas prices, then you're going to follow the rates. So,
Right.
gas prices improved
Right.
like in the 24 hours a little bit,
The rates do the same.
Relatively, there was a big drop in gas, but so was the rates. Not a big drop in rates, but enough to where
It
it
matters.
helps to matter. Yeah.
Right.
People always ask you, do you think the rates are going to go down? I'm like, I don't-
What are the lottery numbers too?
Please
Huh?
add
Tell me
that
the
to it.
lottery
I'm
numbers.
like, who knows, man? I have no
I wish.
idea.
Yeah.
We'd
I feel like
we'd
it's a jinx. Every time I try to say, yeah, I think it's going to go down, they go up. If I say, oh, they're going to go up, they go down. I just don't even opine.
There are some people that claim they do know when they're going to
That's
go
it.
up and down, but nobody knows. Nobody knows.
They got the crystal ball. They kind of go in the back, shake it up, and say,
I'm always surprised on how much Erica can keep in her head, right? I mean, not only does she do mortgages very well, but she also does commercial loans.
Right.
I get people that want these big commercial buildings and they want these very, these structured deals that only a select group of people can do, but Erica's like, let me see the deal. So she'll get the deal, and she competes with some of these big players
Right,
in
right.
that space. Erica, how do you do that? You got a list of programs that you work with that are in your toolbox?
We do, but I never try to give the impression that I know it all, because the programs are always changing. The
Right.
rules, the guidelines, the qualifying requirements, they're always changing. So my approach is, and this is what I would say for new professionals coming in, is don't be afraid to say, I don't know, but let me find out.
right.
I don't know. Let
Well
me find
said.
out. Let me educate yourself. And even if you think you know, because you've done FHA for 15, 20 years, guess what? There's a change
Right.
always
Right.
around the corner. So always be open to learning more.
So I have a question.
Sure.
What led you into that space?
By chance.
chance.
I was living in Massachusetts for a very short period of time. When I moved from my childhood home in Miami to Massachusetts with my mom, I immediately was like, I miss my palm trees, I'm coming home. So I
I'm on
came
my way
back to
back.
Miami, and then I started looking for work, and then I was processing mortgages for a local mortgage broker here in Homestead. And I immediately fell in love with the process of helping
Okay.
people. I've always been into customer service and paperwork and analyzing things, and I just immediately picked up all the
tips and tricks.
on how to build a file. And back then, you were mailing packages like USPS mail.
What's that?
I mean, now I'm showing my age. Okay? But you were mailing packages to Dade County for the MDEET program.
You have to go through the MLS in a book.
Yeah, there was an actual red book in
And
the
then a phone
office where
book,
you would
right?
track your mortgage applications. It really was. It's looking back at what mortgage life or mortgage industry was and what it is now. It's incredible. I just came back from spring break in Georgia, and I was able to keep working on my laptop.
That's right,
I needed
that's right.
nothing.
Remote, totally remote off
So
the
if you
grid.
want to get into this business, you can, but it's going to just demand focus, dedication. You can't be afraid, like I said, to say I don't know and learn. You will always be making mistakes. Like, accept that as reality,
Right.
and you just have to rebound. It's all about rebounding.
So do you see the market shifting, I mean, in any way, in obviously for what you do? Obviously, and I do see that there's lots
I
going
think
on.
we're in a unique era.
Right.
With everything that's going on. I really, I do think that real estate is always a great investment, and every 30 years you see a
Right.
major change, and we're right around the 30-year mark.
Right.
Right.
From
But it's always-
2008 to now,
Right.
Anybody that's built wealth always has something to do with real estate. There's
It has to be in the
some real
portfolio,
estate play in there.
You got to be patient in that process, right?
Right.
So you acquire, you sit on it, you flip and fix, and,
That's right.
and rent out and hold and sell at the right times. You have to have good advisors in your circle.
That's right. Follow the philosophy.
Good,
okay?
good access to being able to leverage your capital and reinvest, and you have to pay to borrow and not be afraid of what those costs are, because you're getting access to your equity that you can then reinvest.
Amen.
Or you can put money in your bank at what's
Right.
the yielding rate? these
Zero, zero,
days?
zero, one, one, one.
Yeah,
You
people
can do
don't
that, but where there is low risk, there is low
low
reward.
reward.
Where there's high risk, you're gonna have high reward. So you
Well
have
said.
to
But there's so many tax
and
benefits.
pray on it. Everything I do, I pray on it. There are a lot of tax benefits.
There's so many tax benefits to loans.
So in curiosity, from Boston to back to South Florida, what led you back to Homestead?
Well,
It was
I said
always
the palm
Homestead?
trees,
The
right?
palm
Oh, no,
trees.
Homestead was, you know what, ironically, was work. This
Right.
is where I found work. When, In a
Okay.
day where we're always saying we need more
Head north,
jobs, I
right.
agree, we need more jobs. But, I grew up in Cutler Bay, West
She went
Perrine
to
area.
Southridge. She's a Spartan.
I went to Southridge. I am a Spartan. I went to Miami Heights Elementary School, Richmond Heights Middle School, and I've always been in the South Dade area. And Homestead, there was no reason to come to Homestead when
Right.
I was growing up,
Right.
unless you were going to the Keys.
That's right.
But
You're passing through.
In 2007, 2006, 2007, I found work here. Oddly enough,
Right, go figure, right?
And I've stayed ever since. I fell in love with just the
The hometown
the
feel.
hometown feel, which I advocate for so much. The fields with the sunflowers, which are going away. I don't think I've seen sunflower fields in the last year.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a quick topic. I am going to be working on a sunflower festival farmers market.
Cool, man. Let us
I'm
know.
going to work on this with Kimberly
Sunflowers.
Thompson.
Let me know when the vendors list come out.
Vendors are going to be welcome. This is
Okay.
going to promote economic development. It's going to promote agricultural lifestyles. It's going to promote.
But out in the Redlands, or
I'm going to try to do it right here in downtown Homestead.
okay,
Ooh.
cool,
Yes,
cool.
so
cool.
you
You
could
heard it
probably
first,
walk.
guys. You heard it
Downtown
first.
Homestead.
That's
You
it.
could probably walk to it from here.
You know?
So,
That's amazing.
But again, you can encourage growth responsibly. My goal is to control sprawl, urban sprawl, and to ensure that where we're growing fits the appeal and the future of what we want to see here in Homestead.
Right.
We don't want to be Doral, which is beautiful, but we don't want to be
Right.
Doral. We don't want to be Kendall, which is beautiful, but we don't want to be Kendall. We want to be Homestead.
Right.
And we want to have opportunities just like all these other big cities, but maintain our hometown feel. At least that's what I want to do,
Right,
and
right.
I think the majority of council feels the same.
I think the majority of council does feel the same.
I
and
do
so
have
does the
a-
staff.
And you know what? It's really important. I have a book that I just finished. I was going to look for it.
It's over
Maybe-
there.
So it's written by Will Allen. I just finished reading it. It is about his life experience in bringing fresh fruits and vegetables to the communities where he lived, and it talks a lot about his history, growing up from a descendant of sharecroppers, and how historically and
What is his name?
Will Allen.
Allen.
Will Allen,
Played,
okay.
he played professional basketball,
Right.
and he went to what's that university? Miami.
University of Miami?
Yes, that one.
It's all about the U, baby.
He went to UM, and I was just fascinated with his story and the challenges that even back then, and the patterns of what he experienced through lands being developed and the food industry turning into very processed, and the effects that has on our health overall, and the
Right.
cost that has on our families. It's all tied together, and so it's very inspirational. And I'm going to
Tell us about the book. Tell us the name of the book again.
It's called Growing Power.
Growing Power by Will
Will
Allen.
Allen. Yes, I have it there. We'll get.
So
to
the takeaway that leads into how the development
Yeah, history's repeating
plays a
itself.
role.
Right.
As I read that book, I said, this has happened already here in Homestead, but it's not too late. And we need to shut this down. We need to get our farmers the support they need. We need to encourage and inspire the youth and the
right.
and the locals that you can farm in your backyards. You can do vertical farming. We need to do code amendments if we need to allow whatever farming techniques
That works
so that
best.
we can empower that type of process. Otherwise, you're going to be
Buying
subject
the
to the food giants the rest of our lives.
Man, you just said she just said she read a book, right?
Right.
She's a mortgage broker. She's a councilwoman. She's got a beautiful family, 3
Thank
kids,
you.
That's right.
beautiful husband, cool husband. So
Right.
big
Thank
shout to
you.
Arnold.
He's
Big
in
shout to
Utah.
Arnold.
He's in Utah right now. He's coming home tomorrow.
Shout
I
to
miss you,
Arnold.
baby. Yeah.
That's it.
Do you encourage people to slow down a little bit?
Yeah.
Spirituality is important.
100%.
Slow down, because we are in this hustle and bustle of a day, in this routine, and we get into habits,
Yes.
right? So you got to slow down, read a book. Last
Right.
time. Now you talk about reading a book and it's just audiobook.
Well,
If
audiobooks.
you can grab me my bag, I will show you. Exactly. So, and there's one that I just picked up when I was on vacation. It's Mr. Rogers. You remember Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember Mr. Rogers.
So I'm going to read his book. I'm so excited to read his book.
That's
I
it. That's
loved him.
amazing.
Yeah. So,
Now-
oh, by the way, here you go. That's a
That's
gift.
it.
I'm a Girl Scout leader too.
All right, Girl Scout cookies. You know what I mean, guys? Hey, if you're ever in the market for it,
Yeah.
Claudia, we see you.
Yes, Claudia, we love you. She's my co-leader.
That's it.
Claudia Zamora. So
That's it.
yeah, cookie season's over. You won't see any more in front of Publix's. But
That's
I've got
right.
a stash of Thin Mints. Okay,
it, that's
they're
it.
going
They're
for
hard to
$10
come by.
She got the
box
hookup,
now.
guys. Holler at her.
But nowadays you talk about people reading books and
Listen,
it's hard.
cookbook.
That's it.
I love cooking, so
That's
this
it.
is my cookbook that
Another
I'm
one.
reading.
My wife loves
See that,
to
guys?
cook too.
Farm the
She have
City.
a bag of tricks.
Farm to city.
I have
Farm to
not
City.
Farm the City.
Farm
the
to
City.
This will
Okay.
be one that I read. I got these at the local Cybrarium. If you have not
That's
been
right.
to the Cybrarium, please check it
What
out.
a gem the Ciberium is.
My Bible.
That's it.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm in Psalms
That's it.
103 now.
We shall walk through the valley of death.
Genesis 1
The shadow.
to Psalms. And this is something that God has allowed me to dedicate time every morning to reading at least one chapter.
No, I've noticed that about you. Every time you get an opportunity
There's the
to
book.
highlight,
That's it.
it's always first and foremost
The Good Food Revolution.
Good Food Revolution.
Oh, Growing Power was the organization they built in the book. So Good Food Revolution.
Good Food Revolution.
So
That's
Mr.
it.
Rogers is not in this pile.
that?
It's in
Oh,
my,
it looks like he's
my
got
other
on
pile.
purple and gold. Is he an
That's
Omega,
right.
man?
Could be, huh?
That's
You
right.
know?
Could be an
You
Omega,
know, I
man.
was recognizing that, and I couldn't remember what it was that it
Omega Psi Phi
reminded
Fraternity
me of.
Incorporated,
How's
the
that
greatest
going?
fraternity. It's going great.
You know, I've never was in a sorority, but
No, it's good stuff. You do a lot of great things in the community, and it is a brotherhood that really bonds, men to come together to do really good things.
that's wonderful.
So if you look at what Zeta Nunu's doing, the Omega Psi Phi fraternity chapter of Miami, every weekend you see great things that they're doing. They're doing food drives. They are doing educational series for young men that are growing up, dads that have issues with their
it's
kids.
so important.
Yeah,
so important.
yeah. Present dads.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
the
great things
family
going
nucleus is so
Important.
critical.
Right.
So you get time, you find time to slow down and read a book.
No,
and-
you don't find time. You have to
You
make,
make
time.
time.
We all have the same
Make time.
24 hours.
That's right.
But God can stretch time.
Amen.
So if you put Him first, I think your day will be longer.
I think
Amen.
I saw something not too long ago that people that wake up at 5 in the morning Right.
I don't know how they do that.
But it's a game changer because if you think of the first 2 hours of the day, you gain 2 hours and you compound that by the week, by the month, by the year,
Yeah.
you get like an extra 3 months of work that
In
people
the
are
year?
still
Did
sleeping
you do that
in the year.
calculation?
Right.
In the year.
All right,
You
I'm
get an
gonna
extra
take
3
that
months.
challenge. Now that you've mathematically identified the benefits of
Right.
waking up at 5 a.m., I might take you on
No,
that.
and then
That means you got to go to
Wait,
bed
let's
early.
start a 5 a.m. challenge. Let's just do a
Yeah.
group chat. Say, I'm awake. Are you?
Right.
And then I'll have to say no,
No.
or yes. And,
And no
you
respond
get
means
kicked
no.
out. You get kicked out of the group challenge if you don't respond.
3 strikes.
well, Demetrius and I we work out in the mornings,
Very
like
good.
5:30
Where are you guys working out?
at the park. And by the way,
Which park? This one, Losner?
no, James Archer Smith Park.
Nice.
By the way, we wanted to say thank you for the new gym that
Right.
you guys have just installed. It still
Right.
has the construction gates around it, and you guys are getting ready to unveil that. But
When did we say we're going to do that?
I don't
A year
know.
ago? They
I
just
don't know.
filmed it already.
That's it, but nonetheless,
But
nevertheless,
the
Never
group,
know, I'll find out.
the group that goes to walk in the morning, they're all saying, "Man, we can't wait for this to
Yeah.
open up.
Yeah.
We've seen it there for some time."
That's it.
But I know it's you pushing behind the scenes
That's
to
the
get
one
those
where we
things
also
did
did the water pad too, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was really nice.
So that's
it's
coming.
nice.
Well, now that I know that you're there every day, I expect you to let me
Every
know
morning.
when something's broken or something. Okay,
For sure.
like we need
Yeah,
to
for
have
sure.
immediate response to things for maintenance, which actually is going to roll me into having community assistance with reporting the synchronization issues on the busway.
Oh, man.
All right, let me give you the latest update
Oh,
on
I'm
this.
so glad
If you
somebody's
want it.
talking about
You
this
want it?
finally.
That's it. Let's hear it.
So the busway itself, okay, north and south, that is working properly. People think it's that busway that is causing the challenges. It's not. It's the ancillary lights that are alongside the busway that need to be timed so that when the busway light is green, so is this light, so is this light, and you can get through. What's
We've got
happening-
one right here.
Yes,
next door.
I just took 2 pictures, south and north
Yeah.
of Chrome Avenue.
Right.
Cars for a mile.
Right.
And everybody's
every
like-
morning.
No, anyone trying to get east of US 1,
Yeah,
if you are west, it's a nightmare.
It's a gridlock. So we need people to call 311 and report the light that is having the synchronization issues. Right now, the contractors have they finished building it. They have to finalize and check box a bunch of things before it gets transitioned to the county. The county engineers know what they need to do to fix it, but they can't take control and fix the challenges until the contractor turns over the project. So we're in that phase of, is it ready to turn over or not? So Commissioner Cohen-Higgins is advocating for this to get fixed right away. It needs to get transitioned. The Stacy Miller, the transportation director, Frank Era, who is also assistant director, they know intimately the problems that we're having. They need things to be reported so that they can get the engineers to work with the contractors that are currently responsible for making the repairs as necessary.
So just
Thank you.
like here, if we have a problem, Demetrius, you know that we call Erica
Right.
and she gets on the phone with whoever's at
Yeah.
the top.
Right.
And it gets handled usually within 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
But I did a tour of the transportation room. I went to Miami-Dade County.
Yeah.
They have a big room with video screens all over the place. They see the intersection.
Like you're at NASA.
Right.
Right.
They see the busway intersections, but they don't see on those screens. They don't see the ancillary lights, which are
Right, away from
sometimes close by, but sometimes not close by. So those can only get addressed if they're being reported. So they'll see if there's a blockade in the intersection at the busway, but which usually is not a problem. It's the ancillary lights. So please report 311 when you're sitting there,
311.
you're stuck, and it's Christmas tree, green, red, green, red. We need you to call it in.
But just like we said,
It should
we
get better, though.
we
It's very
call
painful
you,
right now.
and you take it straight to the top.
Yeah.
Is that kind of relationship do the commissioners have with their county as well, like Commissioner Cohen-Higgins and Keely McGee? Do they have that kind of
Well, they're
you know,
not, nobody's
influence?
allowed to give direction to anybody, right? Like
No, but sometimes
But-
something
but
coming
they-
from you,
they-
it gets addressed a lot faster.
Well, unfortunately, those relationships are necessary, and that's why it's important to elect people that are going to be active and that are going to curate and build relationships that are going to be responsive, right?
Right.
So I've been blessed to be able to have that kind of rapport with my commissioners and my local, city employees and county employees, that we can get things addressed quickly. But the reality is that it still takes time. Okay, so it's not a matter of people calling me. I need you to report to 311, so I'm not the only voice.
Right.
So we need to make some noise, Demetrius. We got to tell our people. We got to tell our people
That's
to
right.
report it to 311, and maybe even get a drone. Get a drone. Let it see a few of those different intersections, and then push that out too, so that people start seeing. yeah, this is a huge problem.
Right.
And it's been a huge problem for...
Yeah, and it's going to continue to be a challenge, especially until the rollover happens or the transition happens. But even within and beyond, it's going to require continual tweaks to the synchronization, because you can synchronize everything, but then it falls out of synchronization. So we have to be in the habit of communicating, reporting, and
see it, say it.
See it, say it, exactly.
I'd also like to know if, the people riding the bus, because sometimes you look when the bus is crossing, and you're like, there's nobody on there.
I know, I said that too. I said that too, and I specifically brought that up. I'm like, you know what, start your bus up north. Get it out of here. But the reality is, and I learned that they are transporting today close to 10,000 people a day on that as ridership from
Florida
more
City?
From Florida City north. So it definitely does have demand. The bus that you might see may not be the Metro mover.
Or at that time.
It might be the local bus, because the busway is used by the express bus, right?
Yeah.
That the whole ARM system thing was developed for, but it's also used by the local buses. So you might be seeing the local bus, but the ancillary light issue is still the challenge.
Okay.
That turn signal here, right here in Maui, right here by the...
Yeah, right across the street.
They have no turn signal, so when the light turns green, it's just green. You
Dodge it,
Right, so you got to get on it and switch. But it's amazing why with DOT, I don't know if that road belongs to the city.
It belongs to Homestead now.
It belongs to Homestead now. So
We
why
took
they
over.
can't make a left turn or right turn just on the turn signal? That'll free up that traffic that's kind of bottleneck.
We can, and also Chrome and Maori.
Yes,
But I know that the city of Homestead
Left or right?
has taken
I
responsibility.
think that's already on the list of the improvements,
That's
but I'll find out. But that particular triangle is interesting, because you have the busway intersection at the station, then you also have the crossing.
Yeah.
Right there by right down that, and
And
then
most
the
people
police
don't-
station is right there. It's
Right,
very
and they don't know about some people don't know about blocking the box. So the light is red, and they're sitting right in the middle of it.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Which we asked for them to paint the ground
right.
to say do not
block the box.
I think one that's more challenging than that intersection is the one on Flagler, because there's two lights there. There's one, there's Flagler, and I don't even know
Old
what
Dixie.
the other.
It's
Right, Old Dixie.
Flagler, and Old Dixie doesn't have a light, but it's First Street, Flagler, then the transit.
Well, that one is on a Friday night. If you're trying to get past US 1,
30 minutes.
yeah, it's about 30
Yeah.
minutes.
It's
And don't
also
let the bus
driver
get in the way.
habit. It's also the driver habit, because that light at the transit or at Flagler, where the light is actually placed, it's like really.
So it's
past the
confusing to
intersection.
know if you can make a left or not, because you don't really.
You don't know if you're running the light.
Right.
So
So those are
Some of the challenges. So, downtown. What is your vision of what
Homestead downtown?
Homestead downtown. What is your vision for
walkability.
Okay.
Shelter. Like you want outdoor dining on what space. So we do have
Right.
some plans and engineering going on to widen sidewalks. So we should be seeing that kind of beautification and improvement within the next couple of years.
Right.
And we need more businesses. I mean, I love the restaurants that are here. God bless them for surviving. But
But you got to put yourself in their shoes. Like if you're going to take a risk, because restaurants, 95% of them fail because it's just a hit or miss sometimes. So if you're going to make this huge investment in downtown, you at least want to know that there's going to be some walkability. There's going to be people that are going to come, because the parking isn't that great here now too, and the parking is across the street. It's a huge garage, but you got to pay.
Right.
Pay to play.
And this whole argument that people are making, well, when you go to the Miami Beach or you go to Coral Gables, you park in the garage, you pay, and you walk. People aren't willing to walk here yet because there's no attraction to get them to walk
the
too.
walk is not enjoyable.
Right.
I mean, to the observer.
Right.
So
Not yet, at least, right?
So those are the
we
challenges.
need businesses. We have the downtown is inside of a CRA, which we do have CRA grants to help small businesses. But right now we recently passed some legislation, which I don't know is really doing us any favors. We've stopped administrative, medical, daycare. So if you come in, you have to be a restaurant or some kind of nightlife on the first floor, right? So you can have those administratives on second floor and up.
Right.
But number wise, and when you look at the investment requirements, the administrative businesses are the ones that can afford to do those kinds of investments and to be able to come down. So you're really essentially blocking out the businesses that can make those investments, and the ones that we want to attract. Well, where are they going to park?
Right.
Like you said, the parking issue. And now we're actually going to go into a paid parking situation. And we have tried to solicit contracts for the Edison building to turn it into this food hall concept for
Yeah.
years now. I think
Right.
we've been sitting on when did we get it?
Yeah, it was like
5 years
5 years
ago?
ago.
5 years ago. So we're so smart and we know what we need to do to revitalize downtown, but yet this is sitting. And we're practically ready to like give it away to the right dealer to do the business that we want to see, the restaurant business, but they can't, it's not feasible. We do have an offer on the table though, so that we are going to consider, but it's taken 5 years to even be able to get.
Right.
Demetrius and I have been trying to identify from some of these really popular, venues in these locations is to ask them, why don't you come to downtown? What is the real reason? Tell us what it is, so that instead of us having this guessing game trying to
Well, probably takes
identify.
them 3 years to get an answer and even get a permit to open in downtown.
Well,
I mean,
that's
we're
a whole-
trying to change that too, but
It's a whole nother
we
topic.
have a
Work in
stigma.
progress.
Nobody wants to work with the city of Homestead.
Right. It needs a lot of help. It's making progress, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. But we want to know, like, let's say Tap 42. Hey guys, what is it
What do you
about
mean?
Homestead that you may not? Because if we're the fourth largest city in Dade County, obviously people are here,
Right.
and the discretionary income is here for them to spend. Because all of us, we don't want to go
All the way
up
down
to Doral or up to Kendall to go have a good time. I'd love to see Tap 42, Town. I'd love to see all those concepts here. So Demetrius and I are trying to ask them specifically. So Tap 42, Town, if we haven't gotten to you yet, we're going to see you soon.
That's right.
Why have you not made it to Homestead yet? And if you do make it to Homestead, you guys all want to go to Erica's district.
My district. I love my district. We've got Miller's Ale House coming.
it.
They all
We
wanna
have
go to
Shake
Erica's
Shack.
district.
We have First Watch coming. We have
That's
Pollo
it.
Campero coming.
Woo!
Yeah, so
I
those are the
know.
questions that we
Spread
wanna
the love,
know.
though.
Market rate housing across from the Homestead Hospital
Beautiful.
for
So
our
that's-
wonderful health and essential workers and military families that also come for the base.
That's right.
I
But I
mean,
think-
the east side has the demographics that support the businesses to make it an easy yes for businesses to go over there. Downtown is a harder sale.
I think I disagree with you there.
Go ahead.
The demographics of downtown are showing a very small area, but when you push just a little bit out further west, those demographics show very well, and the income of those people that live in that area
Right.
are well within range to come to any amenities that we have here.
Okay.
But if you're just targeting a half-mile radius in this area, of course
Right.
the demographics
But
will show.
when you're saying demographics, I'm referring to numbers,
Right.
body
Right.
counts. Are you saying the same thing?
No, I'm saying income-wise.
Oh, no, yeah.
What people, because people.
No, the radius, I mean, Homestead is what, 5 mile radius?
Right.
Right.
Like anybody can cross the turnpike to come to downtown if there's something to do. They
Right.
will
Right.
they will travel to do it. We do it to Kendall and beyond, right?
Right, right.
So east side will travel to the downtown. But for the businesses, why aren't they developing in the downtown first then? Why are they going to the east side?
So we're going to find out. And by the way, now your liaison with the South Dade Chamber of Commerce, I've told you this in the past, the city has never truly considered the South Dade Chamber that kind of partner where you're going to go get information that they could readily use right then and there to make decisions.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
Yeah,
you're.
I'm hoping to change that. I don't know what the stigma and the political challenges were previously, and
right.
I had a great relationship with Lucia Soria as president,
Yeah,
with you when you were president,
right.
and then with the gap in between, it's just things going. Different presidents of chapters and organizations try to do things their own way, and it's not that it didn't work out well, but now we have Karine Mas, who's
And
the
you're
president
the
of
front
chamber,
row.
and I'm happy to continue those
Relations.
collaborations and to push. We are doing a watch party, FIFA watch party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's that being held?
Losner Park. You guys have like front
Downtown,
row
baby.
to everything that's happening.
That's
so
it.
FIFA watch party in July where businesses can get promotional play.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm going to bring to.
Well, I hope the
South Chamber.
CRA is listening, that maybe they can tap in and allow them to plug the downtown businesses in that. So pony up a few dollars to.
No, but we have to keep the triangle together, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is very connected, very close to the South Dade Chamber. We go to the CRA meetings
Right.
every third Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're plugged in with the downtown businesses that are here. So as long as we can have communication,
Right.
so that we all understand what the goal is, because I still think today we need to identify why the businesses that we want are not coming.
I think it's the parking.
Yeah.
But I want to know for sure. I want it kind of like, we want it in writing. Like, tell us. And then we can do a poll. And if we get, 10 of these great venues to all say parking, then we know we need to address parking.
Right.
But if they say, oh, you know what? If you guys gave us a grease trap, then it'll reduce the risk.
And that we can do.
Right?
Right.
But we want to pinpoint exactly what it is.
There must be something
so we
that's
can
doing
take
it.
the guesswork out of it.
Because, you know, in the Homestead station,
Yeah, that too.
it's lonely at the front.
It's like, why- it's a beautiful
6
building.
years at the front and it's still lonely.
Beautiful building. Why aren't people going there? I want to know exactly why that is. And I think we've got the right people to make that happen,
Thank
to
you.
understand what it is.
Good. Anything else you wanted to chime in with while we have you?
So Easter week, okay,
Okay.
Holy
Yeah.
Week,
That's
and
it.
this Friday is Good Friday.
That's
I
right,
wish
be
you
good
all
on
a blessed
Friday.
Good
Yeah, that's
Friday.
right.
And the Kiwanis Club of Homestead South Dade, which I am a proud member of now for, I don't know.
Are you still the president?
No. No, beautiful Janina Carranza is the
That's
current
it.
president. I
Take
am
it
a
over.
board member.
Big shout to
director.
Janina, man.
That's
She's
it.
doing a great job.
So we are hosting our 51st annual
Wow.
Good Friday prayer breakfast. This year it will be at the community center, not
They're
in
always
the
great.
pavilion
They're
this
always
year.
great breakfasts.
And it's 7 a.m. You're back out by 9, so you can still make it to work on time. So if you're looking for a way to recognize Good Friday with a beautiful guest speaker, Laura
Yeah.
Donnie, and some worship music and a delicious breakfast cooked by the Women's Club of Homestead South Dade,
Whoop, whoop.
I think that you'll enjoy coming to the Kiwanis Prayer Breakfast.
When is that
Okay.
breakfast?
This Friday.
This Friday.
On Good Friday, 7 a.m.
FICO?
No.
The Dickinson Community Center.
Dickinson Community Center. It's all, you get so emotionally charged and it's so motivational to go
Right.
to these things. You come out feeling
What
amazing.
a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
That's
us.
it.
Now, that's something else that brings to my mind is just Homestead and how great we are. 51 years.
Yeah.
It's just, Homestead is consistent, man.
Right.
Like, we are consistently making sure that these traditions don't go away. We had our rodeo parade
Yeah.
back. We have the Kiwanis Prayer Breakfast. We're having the Dolphin Days fishing tournament. Now it's
That's
going to be
always
like
a huge
41
event.
years.
Yeah.
It's just, the rodeo itself.
Mm-hmm.
These traditions are supported, and I'm so thankful to witness that and to be part of a collaborative that makes sure that these things remain a priority.
I saw that the CIO, Camila from the city, she did a video not too long ago saying, hey, if you guys have an event, go to our website and
Community
load your
calendar.
event
Right.
on there, which is a
Yes.
great way to collaborate with the city, with the businesses and anybody of these other organizations that have these events that happen. It's always a great way to connect with the city.
Right, right.
And you know what? As a business owner, that is something that you can't complain that you don't have opportunity if you're not plugged in. Get
Right.
plugged
Right.
in. Go to Rotary meetings. Go to the events. Support the events. Sponsor them. A lot of times there are very affordable ways to sponsor and to get business recognition into these events.
Right.
And Homestead does business with the people that support Homestead.
That's right. Shop local. Love it.
Shop
By the way,
local.
you were going to say that Homestead's Rotary Scholarship is...
Well, that was one of my final plug, but definitely you can.
no, go ahead.
Guys, now that the Seafood Festival it's over with, it's behind us, and we now are accepting applicants for scholarships. So if you have a young 18-year-old or not even 18-year-old anymore,
Yeah.
a
Can they
young
be at
high school
college?
grad,
No? They have to be in high school?
high school, leaving high school on their way to college. Well, we're accepting an application. Julio, what site is that?
HomesteadRotary.org. HomesteadRotary.org. And also keep in mind that it's not only if you want to go to college, if you want to go to a
Vocational
vocational
Yep.
school.
So important. We have
You know?
we have such minimal enrollment in vocational trades.
We need more of that.
Electricians and ACs
They're gonna be
and
making more
plumbers
money
are going to
than
be
us.
making
That's
more
right.
money than us. That's
That's right.
100% sure.
Damn right.
They need
I think
to...
they already do.
They already do.
I'm pushing my son. I'm like, become an electrician, man.
That's it, man. That's where the money's at.
$75 an hour.
Minimum.
Minimum, $75 an
And there
hour.
are apprentices, even elevator technicians. Hey,
Yeah,
that's good
there's
money.
tons of money out there, guys. We appreciate you for tuning in today. Erica, it's always a pleasure seeing you, and like I said, thank you for coming on with us. And we love to make sure that you know that we tag you now. You have your flowers from us, so saying
Thank
welcome.
you. And read this book. I do recommend it.
Good
How do
guys.
people get in touch with you, Erica?
I
I mean, I know they can
Probably.
find you on all the
Platforms.
social media
Yeah, so
platforms.
786-444-6133. If I don't answer, text me. I'll try to call you back as soon as possible. If I don't answer, I'm probably helping.
Busy.
And you can find her at Erica Avila, Instagram,
Yes.
TikTok,
All the platforms.
Councilwoman Erica Avila. You just type in her name in Google and
That's
a
it.
ton of things will
Hopefully
come
it's all
up.
positive.
Very good, guys. So thank you once again. Julio.
That's all we've got, man. It's a great time when we bring in excellent community people that are going to lead this this community in the right direction. So I feel very good about the future of Homestead. Let's continue to move forward. Erica, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome. My
Pleasure.
pleasure.
Okay. Thank you, guys. See you next time.